Welcome back to Zoom in Data, episode 35. Today we add serverless superpowers, Synapse plus Azure functions, trigger pipelines on blob arrival, timer, HTTP call, or custom event. No servers, no always-on cost, pay only when it runs. All through simple clicks in Azure Portal and Synapse Studio. Very easy, no hard stuff. Let's make your pipelines wake up only when needed. Synapse has great built-in triggers, schedule, blob, tumbling window. But what if you need custom logic? Check weather API before run, wait for 2 files, trigger from external app. Azure Functions is serverless code, runs only when triggered, scales automatically, costs pennies. Functions can call Synapse Pipeline REST API, start any pipeline from anywhere. Combine power, Synapse for heavy ETL, functions for smart triggers. No servers to manage, no idle cost, perfect. Step 1. Create the serverless brain. In Azure Portal, search function app and click Create. Give name like Teja Synapse Trigger. Choose same region as Synapse. Runtime stack. Pick Python or .NET. Easy for beginners. Hosting plan. Consumption. Serverless. Pay only when runs. Click Review plus Create, then create. Wait 1 to 2 minutes. See deployment success. Click Go to resource. It means your serverless function host is live. Pause now. In Azure Portal, create function app with consumption plan. Name it like your name trigger. Choose Python or .NET. Create and go to resource. Your serverless trigger engine is ready. Super quick. This is where you create the serverless brain that will wake up your Synapse pipelines. In Azure Portal, search for function app and click Create. In the basics form, give your app a name like Teja Synapse Trigger. Pick your subscription and resource group. Choose consumption plan so it runs only when needed and you pay pennies per execution. Select your region same as Synapse and click Review plus Create at bottom. Wait a minute, see deployment success, and go to resource. Red arrows highlight the app name field, consumption plan option, and Review plus Create button. Pause now. In your Azure Portal, create a function app with consumption plan. Name it something simple. Choose your region. Hit Review plus Create and wait. Then open the resource. Your serverless trigger host is live and ready to call Synapse. Super fast and cost smart start. Step 2. Pick how function wakes up. In your function app, click Functions right pointing arrow Create. Choose trigger type. Blob trigger. Run when file lands in storage. Timer trigger. Run on schedule. Cron. HTTP trigger. Run from web call or Power Automate. Name it like blob to pipeline. Create. Template code opens. Ready to edit. Pause now. In your function app, create new function. Pick blob trigger or timer. Name it. Create and see code editor. Your trigger is set. Now connect to Synapse. This is where your serverless trigger wakes up and gets ready to call Synapse. In your new function app, go to Functions section and click Create. In the Create function menu, pick your trigger type from the list. Choose blob trigger to run when file lands, timer trigger for schedule, or HTTP trigger for web calls. Give your function a clear name like blob to Synapse pipeline. Click Create at bottom. Template code opens instantly in the editor. Red arrows highlight the Create function menu, trigger type selection list, name field, and Create button. Pause now. In your function app, click Create function. Pick blob trigger or timer. Name it simply. Hit Create and see the code editor ready. Your custom trigger is born and waiting to start Synapse pipelines. Super easy and flexible step. Step 3. Make function start Synapse pipeline. In Synapse Studio, go to Integrate Hub. Open your pipeline right-pointing arrow, add trigger right-pointing arrow webhook, or REST API. Copy trigger URL and SAS token. Back in function code editor, paste simple HTTP post call to that URL with SAS token. Save and test function. Go to Synapse Monitor Hub. See pipeline triggered and running. Pause now. In Synapse, add webhook trigger to a pipeline and copy URL token. Paste into your function code. Test run function. Check Synapse Monitor for pipeline start. You just triggered Synapse pipeline serverlessly. Custom power unlocked. This is the powerful moment your serverless function wakes up Synapse pipeline. In your function app code editor, see the simple HTTP post call. Paste the Synapse webhook trigger URL you copied from pipeline settings. It looks like https://webflow with SAS token at end. Add any parameters or body if needed for your pipeline. Save and test run the function from top menu. Switch to Synapse Studio Monitor Hub. See your pipeline triggered instantly and running with green status. Red arrows highlight function code with HTTP call to webhook URL, the Synapse webhook trigger URL itself, and monitor pipeline run details showing success. Pause now. In your function code, paste the Synapse webhook URL and token. Test run the function. Then check Synapse Monitor Hub. Watch pipeline start and complete. You just built a serverless custom trigger that starts Synapse pipelines on demand. Super smart and flexible automation. What you learned today. Azure Functions is serverless code that runs only when triggered. Pick trigger type. Blob, timer, HTTP, anything you need. Call Synapse Pipeline REST API from function. Start pipeline smartly. Pay pennies only when it executes. Your pipelines now have unlimited custom triggers, super flexible. Homework. Go serverless. Create function app with consumption plan. Add a trigger function, blob or timer. Make it call your Synapse pipeline via REST API. Comment functions done. Next, episode 37, Synapse data quality and profiling. Profile data, find issues, add checks, keep your lake clean and trusted. See you there. If serverless felt powerful, big like. Comment functions done. Subscribe, share, turn on notifications. For zoom in data.